Today we're checking out some more Star Trek The Next Generation Season 6.
It was then I began to suspect
Oh.
that your brother did not die by his own hand.
Sherlock Data.
In fact, murdered.
Murdered?
Void it. They're just playing in the holodeck.
Then what was the cause of death?
The cigar, of course.
Ah, of course.
Cigar.
Look at this mustache.
Handwriting can be forged. It takes a trained eye to notice certain discrepancies. For example,
I can't believe they're still playing Sherlock Holmes.
left-handed individual.
It's in his right hand.
Is he wrong?
LaForge to Barkley. Reg, something went wrong with the holodeck program again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll look into it right away.
Thanks, Barkley. Man, it's been a while since we went to the holodeck to play around.
All right, display those sequences. Computer, unlock this sequence and run the program.
Did that say Moriarty? Moriarty! Oh.
Who are you?
Professor James Moriarty.
Oh, yes.
Moriarty. Oh, it's Sherlock Holmes' arch enemy.
That's right.
Where is Captain Picard?
Yes, the last time we saw
Is he
him
still captain of this vessel? You don't know anything about what happened, do you?
to bring him back at another time.
But they made me too well, and I became more than a character in a story. I
Indeed.
became self-aware.
I like that episode.
Has a way been found to allow me to leave the confines of this holodeck world?
Leave the holodeck? No, of course not. You can only exist.
Or has it?
Call it what you will. All I know is that despite Picard's promise, he's done nothing.
He's pissed. I'm worried he's just gonna walk right out of this holodeck.
Ask him to meet me in the sitting room at Baker Street.
I'll have to store you in memory again until I get an answer.
Wow, I wasn't expecting this episode to come after the whole torture Picard thing. Is he just faking? Oh, he's in control here. Moriarty! He's such a good villain. Well, I don't think he's a true villain, but he's an antagonist, that's for sure. All right. It's been a while since I watched TNG. Space. The final frontier.
Their atmospheres, however, will come into contact in approximately 17 hours.
This is what we are likely to see.
About to
Birth of a
simulate
new
it here?
star.
Birth of a new star.
We'll probably never get another chance to see something like this. I don't want to miss anything.
Scientists. They're pumped. All right, tell them about Moriarty, though.
He wants to talk to the captain.
Computer, this begin is-
Sherlock Holmes program 3A and place us in the drawing room.
All right, Picard's going in. Wearing the jacket, looking fly. Oh, boy.
Professor,
I mean, they left on good terms.
we spent time investigating how you became self-aware.
What concerns me is finding a way to leave the holodeck.
That's impossible.
I am concerned to learn that you experienced the passage of time while you were stored in the computer memory.
Yes, that is so weird.
You will walk out of this room to the real world and your own concerns, and leave me here trapped in a world I know to be nothing but illusion.
I do feel bad for him.
I must leave.
You cannot exist outside this room.
Or can
Are
he?
you certain of that?
Computer, exit.
I mean, let's give it a shot.
The mind endows them with powers that are not necessarily understood, even by you.
Okay, let's see it.
Professor, I ask you to believe me. If you step out of that door, you will cease to exist.
Can they recreate him again in the holodeck?
But if I am right, mind over matter, cogito ergo sum.
Maybe he can do it. If anyone can, he can.
I think,
Therefore, I am.
therefore I am.
Oh my god, I have shivers everywhere. I definitely didn't think he was just gonna walk off there.
Policemen, I'd recognize them in any century.
Wow. Just because he's conscious.
As far as I can tell, there's no evidence that his molecules are losing any cohesion. They seem to be as immutable as ordinary matter.
He's not gonna come apart.
I ask only that I be allowed to explore this new world. Your vessel, for instance. What sea does she sail? Might we go above deck?
Oh god, this is so far above what he's thinking. Although he's very smart.
I think there are some things of which you should be made aware.
Yep. All right, cool. Let's get him up to speed.
The Enterprise is a starship.
It's gonna blow his mind.
I want to start making plans. Determine what I'm going to do with my life.
Wow.
There is still much that we need to understand about what has happened to you.
Does it
Yes.
really matter? The point is, I'm here.
Is he mortal? Can he be killed?
Don't worry, Captain. My past is nothing but a fiction. The scribblings of an Englishman dead now for 4 centuries.
Now he can be whoever he wants.
If that is so, then there are opportunities awaiting you that beyond anything you have ever imagined.
Yes. I'm like excited for him.
Suddenly feel very much alone. I am a man out of time, Captain. And that isolates me.
He should talk to Guinan.
The Countess Regina Bartholomew. She was designed to be the love of my life. Could she also be brought off the holodeck?
I mean, who knows? Does she have to be so self-aware?
I don't think that I could sanction it. Please understand, Professor. You are, in essence, a new life form.
Exactly.
To deny the woman I love so that you can put your conscience at ease? Are you saying that you will simply dictate how I am to live my life?
That's not what he said.
Or to make you comfortable.
So long as I accept the terms under which you dole out those comforts.
Well, this is their world, dude.
My very life in your hands. Please, consider my request.
What if they made another one and brought him out too? Would there be two?
There is also no way of knowing if the professor's ability to exist off the holodeck is permanent. May be
Right.
unwise to consider creating a second individual.
I think we'll hold off on.
I like Troy in the uniform.
I stayed in the dungeon of your computer for
See, he's
years
still
waiting
so
for you
angry.
to learn more. It wasn't until I took matters into my own hands that something got done.
I guess I see it from his perspective too.
The program fashioned her for me to love. But I must admit I would have done so anyway. She is remarkable.
I feel bad for him.
I don't simply love her, Captain. I adore her.
Then her safety must be very important to you.
Yes, appeal to this side. We don't even know if she'll live.
You wouldn't want to lose her because we acted too quickly.
Correct, yes, this is the way to appeal to him.
Can
you join us on the bridge?
He's gonna do something drastic. He's gonna take it into his own hands again.
There they are, Captain.
How long before they begin to coalesce?
Within the next 5 hours.
Oh yeah, the stars, right. Oh crap, is everything
controls are not
malfunctioning?
responding.
Command functions are being rerouted, sir.
By
what
who?
reason?
Moriarty?
Unknown, sir.
It's obviously to do with the holodeck.
Authorization denied.
Explain.
Moriarty.
Current command codes are no longer valid.
Has Moriarty outsmarted them again?
Who's transferred the voice authorization?
I have. I'm afraid I had no choice.
Commercial break. Moriarty.
If you harm me, sir, I will not be able to relinquish voice control of your vessel.
Professor,
She's just gonna hold it hostage for the girl.
in less than 5 hours, those two planets will collide and a new star will form. Unless we move to a safe distance, this vessel will be destroyed.
Right.
A deadline has a wonderful way of concentrating the mind.
Well,
Mr. Data, will you investigate the possibility of complying with Professor Moriarty's request?
but won't this girl have to be just as self-aware as he is? I don't know if she can get there. He's very, very intelligent. Like, she would have to understand everything about the holodeck, wouldn't she?
What would happen if we tried to beam a holodeck object?
If it were possible to lock onto the object, it might rematerialize with the same molecular cohesion as conventional matter.
Nobody's ever tried that before? I kind of want them to try it now.
Do you have any idea how Moriarty could have gained control of the ship?
Good
Somehow he
question.
managed to override the security lockouts and rewrite them.
I'm just gonna say he's smarter than all of them.
Computer, run Sherlock Holmes Program 3A.
That program is already in use.
By whom? Is Moriarty in there?
Have you come to see Mr. Holmes or perhaps Professor Moriarty? Neither is in just now.
Is his name?
How curious. Why is that?
Well, it has...
No time, dude. Just do it.
There's nothing you need to worry about, Countess.
Are you suggesting that it's beyond my comprehension?
Is she also brilliant though? Maybe we can get her.
There's nothing I love more than voyaging in the unknown. Have you ever been to Africa?
Girl, you have no idea.
Had a marvelous time.
Barkley.
I got to wear trousers the whole time.
I like her.
Oh, it was hard to go back to a corset, I can tell you.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
He is utterly charmed.
Countess, forgive me, but you just don't sound like a holodeck character.
That's because she isn't.
She's as real as he is.
We may be closer to freedom than you think, James. These devices will enhance our molecular patterns.
Pretty close.
Standing by.
Activating pattern enhancers.
Oh.
Bravo!
Guess, but did it rematerialize?
No. It lost its cohesion as soon as the transporter cycle was complete.
Lost in limbo.
Computer, display the transport logs from the sequence just completed.
No data.
Well, that's impossible.
It is almost as if our attempt to transport the chair
Never happened.
never occurred.
What is going on. And so Moriarty can just go back onto the holodeck and it doesn't matter?
Please input command codes.
Picard, Epsilon 793.
Command codes verified.
Nice, Geordi.
I have determined how Moriarty was able to leave the holodeck.
Is this all a
He
holodeck?
never did.
Frig off. They're in the holodeck right now.
We are still on the holodeck.
Commercial break. How'd you do that, Moriarty? How did they get out of here?
Mr. Data, if what you say is true, then this is not Geordie LaForge. You certain?
These are all simulations? Oh, this is freaky.
Computer, discontinue program.
I don't think it will.
Computer, exit.
Moriarty appears to have programmed the holodeck to accept only his commands.
Yep.
Number one, what is my present location?
Engineering?
Our comm badges must be locked into the simulation. If that had been the real Commander Riker, he would have given my location.
So, which ones of them are real? Only Picard and Data?
Mr. Data, who is real here?
Right? This is my
You and I are
question.
real, sir, as is
Okay.
Lieutenant Barclay. We
Okay.
entered the holodeck together when we first went to meet Moriarty.
Yeah. Right.
As long as Moriarty has control of the ship, we are vulnerable. Somehow, I have to find a way of giving him what he wants.
Which is what? To get the girl off?
I want to leave this holodeck.
I think you know that's impossible.
Your crewmates here in my little ship in a bottle.
Ship in a bottle.
Just because our transporter is real doesn't mean it's gonna work.
I sense a distressing lack of enthusiasm on your parts.
Frick, what's he doing now?
Approaching critical levels.
Start working on the problem.
Aye, sir.
Core temperature dropping.
That was just a demonstration.
Have we met?
Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh, James has told me all about you. Regina.
Regina.
Do sit down.
Yes, maybe appealing to this woman is the key.
Credit where credit is due, madam. I can see you are a woman not only of breeding, but of wit and sagacity.
Sagacity.
You're the kind of man who usually gets exactly what he wants.
What does a woman like you see in a man like Moriarty?
Is he just trying to seduce her?
He has an almost irresistible appeal.
He's also an arch criminal.
Only because he was written like that.
I mean...
My ship is in danger. It is imperative that I regain navigational control. I want you to persuade Professor Moriarty to return the voice command to me.
I see.
Now, once I have regained voice command, I will transport you from the holodeck.
I don't know if she'll buy it.
I'm responsible for more than 1,000 lives.
I will do what I can.
So this is still all in the holodeck.
Aye, sir.
Think, my dear.
No, that's the real
You're
world.
certain he said they had to uncouple the Heisenberg compensators?
Was that just jargon, or is he going to see through it?
In accepting his proposition.
My dear, you are as brilliant as you are beautiful. Nonetheless, there are things you
Don't
do not understand.
Riker here.
Commander Riker, a pleasure as always.
I don't have time for games, Moriarty.
Cut the bull.
I want to talk to you about uncoupling the Heisenberg compensator.
What is he trying to pull? Commercial break.
When we leave here, where exactly are we going?
Everywhere, my darling. There are more worlds in the heavens than there are grains of sand
They're
on a
just gonna
shoreline.
disappear into nothing, right?
It's time. Yes, Commander.
We're ready.
I never thought
As
I would
are
hear
we.
Riker to
Step into the
Moriarty.
transport area.
Well, he might have outsmarted them, Picard, by telling them the Heisenberg thing.
We're ready here.
Activating pattern enhancers. Energizing.
Energize.
I expect you want me to relinquish my hold on your vessel.
Yes.
Please.
I'm afraid that won't be possible just yet.
Why?
We don't have time for this. You release those command codes and we'll talk.
I will not release your vessel until I am looking at it through a shuttlecraft window.
Where is Picard? Was this part of the plan?
Everything's been programmed to operate on voice command. You just tell the computer where you want to go.
Excellent.
They don't even know where anything is.
You'll soon have control of your ship.
Goodbye, Commander. Thank you for everything.
Computer, prepare to depart.
Maybe that's it. They just fly off and they live happily ever after and...
Can we go back to Earth someday?
Of course, my dear. Of course.
Well, I hope this is just... They get a happy ending here.
Stop program Picard, Delta 1 in active memory and discontinue simulation.
Program stored.
So they just flew off into the holodeck simulation?
Computer, discontinue holodeck simulation created by Professor Moriarty.
Well, so far, so good. This should be the holodeck on the real Enterprise.
Let's hope so.
Captain, are you all right?
Yes, we are, number one. What is your status?
Our systems came back online a few minutes ago.
And how close are they to the stars?
We managed to program the holodeck inside the holodeck and use the
Right.
same ruse that Moriarty used on us.
She was, in fact, speaking to a simulation.
I see.
In fact, the program is continuing to run even now inside that cube.
A miniature holodeck.
So they get to have a happy ever after and they never know.
This enhancement module contains enough active memory to provide them with experiences for a lifetime.
Well, that's nice.
Mr. Barkley, we'll keep that safe.
Aye, sir.
Then he just like drops it and it smashes.
Computer and program.
Just checking. Good call. Good call, Reg. The end. Supernova. Okay, that was season 6, episode 12, and I really liked that one. I thought that one was really fun and a huge departure, obviously, from the tone of the last couple of TNG episodes, but it was just really fun. I love a good holodeck episode. I love a good Sherlock Holmes episode. I didn't think we would see Moriarty again, like, ever. And I love that they brought him back and continued that story. That was one of my favorite holodeck things that we ever did, was dealing with Moriarty in the second season and him becoming conscious. That was so cool, and I'm so glad that they brought it back and did another episode with it. Besides the fact that I mean, I didn't see the whole second duping coming, where once Data and Picard figured out they were in a holodeck still being duped by Moriarty, then they flipped it around and they made an even bigger holodeck to dupe Moriarty in the exact same way. I didn't see that coming at all. I really like this episode. It's really cool. Moriarty, like I said at the beginning, I don't think of him as a villain, but certainly he holds the ship and the crew in peril in certain situations to get what he wants. But he's brilliant and he's conscious and he just wants to live his life. So you kind of sympathize with him a little bit. And I am glad that even though it's not real, he and his woman got to go off into space and have a happy ending, and they're none the wiser. So you can imagine that they have a happy ending and they never figure it out. And I like that. I'm glad that we didn't just leave it on the season 2 note of like, we'll come back for you sometime, Moriarty, when we figure it out. I really like this as an end to that storyline instead. This is really good. Yeah, it's just a really unexpected episode. It just, especially coming off the last couple TNG episodes, I did not see this one coming, and it was, playful and clever and just really cool. I just really didn't see it coming, and I really liked it. This is a really cool episode. We haven't done anything in the holodeck really in a little while that I can remember, and this one really took all the stuff that we know about the holodeck and kind of flipped it and then flipped it again. I'm very impressed by this episode. I liked it a lot. I'm curious to know what you guys think, if it's liked or not liked, but I had a really fun time watching it. Very mysterious, and Moriarty is just such a wild card. You never know, and he is brilliant and could outsmart the crew at any time, so bringing him back was really cool. I had a really good time watching this one. Let me know what you guys think of this one, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.